Hi guys, thank you for tuning into my channel. I'm Laura from What's Laura Up To, and today is a wonderful Saturday. It's actually gorgeous out, 81 degrees in the house. It's a beautiful Kau, Hawaii kind of day. It started out with rain, of course, but today is May 2nd, so a happy birthday to my oldest son. We've been through so much going on with the garden and everything, and with the virus. As a lot of you know, I'm a retired nurse, and but I wanted to go over just a little bit of my garden plans. Because of what's been going on, I switched from florals and my flowers and stuff like that, and really started planting edibles. I got 2 banana plants. I think I told you that last time, maybe not. It's hard to tell. But I got 2 banana plants. They're dwarf apple bananas. I found my neighbor actually found it. He said, "Oh, you've got a papaya tree growing there." And I'm like, "Really? Where?" But we found 2 of them. They were kind of growing together, you know, kind of offshoots. So we separated them and planted those. And so a lot's been going on with that. Some sad news, my baby sister passed away. She had a heart attack, had nothing to do with the virus. But because of the virus, we couldn't really go to her funeral or anything. Couldn't travel, but you know, she'd been sick for many years, and so she had a heart attack and went into the hospital. They wouldn't let my mom stay. She was stabilized and everything, and then she must have had another heart attack, you know, a day later, whatever, a couple days later, and passed away. And so later on, after things kind of calm down and reopen, we are going to have a memorial for her over here in Hawaii. Even though I live in Kau, I go to church in Hilo. So we're going to have a memorial service for her there. And of course, you know, she lived in Michigan, so you know, my mom's going to have one over there, I'm sure, once things get back to normal and open up. I don't know anybody that has had this virus. As a retired nurse, you know, I still have people that still work in the medical field. I have friends, doctors that I used to know, and none of them have even seen or had a case of it. The flu they've seen, but they haven't seen any of the virus. And they still work in California. My oldest son still lives in California. And like I said, my sister's from Michigan. My mom's in Michigan. I got a sister in Arizona. I got another son in New Mexico. My husband's in New Mexico right now. Got an aunt in Washington. And none of us in all these states have anybody, not a friend, not a relative, that have had it. So that right there is a blessing. That's a very godly blessing. But on top of that, it shows how rare it is, and you know, the lockdown is doing what it's supposed to do and keep it from spreading. Having said all that, Hawaii is taking a hard hit because of tourism and the lack thereof. So we are getting ready to reopen very soon, within the next couple of weeks. I've been very blessed. My husband's job has not been affected by it. He can work from anywhere, really, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's staying put and just working from where he's at, you know, and going from there. But that's a good blessing, very good. Other than that, no advice, none of that, because I'm sick of hearing about it, and I'm sure you are too. So I'm going to leave it at that. But we're planting edibles and going from there, planning a funeral or a memorial. And we've had a few other things strange. It's like, I paid all this money to have my Hummer shipped from Texas. Well, actually, I had to drive it from Texas to California and then have it shipped over here. And as soon as I got it here, the transmission blew on it, and they gave me, I think, a quote of $7,000 to replace it. So I'm trying to buy a new car, and right now I'm stuck in a rental. That's stress. I mean, when you're in lockdown, you don't want to spend anything. You're like, unless it's edible, I ain't spending money on it. I'm not buying clothes, I'm not buying plants, I'm not buying anything. And here it is in lockdown, and I've got to buy a new car. Blessing or, waste of money. I don't know. I don't like spending money when I'm wondering if I'm going to need it. But since we rely on God for everything anyways, I'm just going to take it that it's a blessing. It was time to get rid of the Hummer. The Hummer is a gas eater. It's been completely paid off for years. It's 14 years old. Time for a new one. Something more economical, gas efficient, things like that. People always look at the Hummer, especially men. They see it and they say, this thing looks brand new. Well, that's the outside of it. The inside of it, it's still a Chevy. A Chevy's a Chevy, and it's hit over 200,000 miles. I've got friends that have cars that are 300, 400,000 miles on it, but this car just didn't make it. If I put another 7,000 into it, it could. But the point is, from people I've spoken with and my cousins and everybody's got advice, they all said this, that Hummer is going to need repairs. It needs to go to somebody that has the time to work on it, has the ability to fix it. Because vehicles like that, after they get a certain age, they're just going to need a ton of work, period. And so that it kind of played into my decision to go ahead and get the new car. Did I get a car I liked, that I loved, that I thought, oh, I'm so happy? No. I mean, I didn't get the house I was in love with either. I think I did a house tour. I'm not sure if I've done one yet. This house was brand new when I got it. It had just finished being built. I had a few things that I needed to have done to it before I moved in. But maybe you can tell by the background, there's no pictures on it. It's got the same kind of look to it had when I first moved in. But I don't know, I didn't get things that I would have chosen. They're just things that maybe the Lord chose it for me. That's how I like to look at it. And I've got great neighbors. Everything's been kind of, as far as that goes. Because my fridge is making ice. Good and bad things that happen. And the reason why I tell you this is, if you're out there and you've said, it's been one thing after another, it's like that for everybody. I just want you to know that. You are not alone. I've got good things that happen. I've had bad things that happen. I've had things that happen that were just out of my control. And I just made do with what my choices were. I broke down. I went to a Toyota dealer. There was nothing there I liked. They owned, of course, the Chevy dealer also. Went over to Chevy. It's where I had my rental. So I just went ahead and got a car from there. I got the Equinox. Finishing up the paperwork and everything. I'm still in the rental right now. It's a Suburban type. And things with houses. Maybe you didn't get the house you wanted, but you got it in the area that you wanted. For me, that was most important. And I wanted something new that I didn't have to fiddle with and, look at and think of things I have to fix. Same with the car. I did not get a brand new car. I got a 2018, the Equinox is a 2018. I think it's only got 10,000 miles on it, something like that. Gets good gas mileage compared. I think my Hummer was getting right around 13 miles per gallon, and this is getting right around 30. So I used that Hummer. I hauled horses with it. That's why I got it. It's a truck, really, but it could seat 6, and it could haul a horse trailer packed with horses. So that's why I got it originally. And it's done its job. Right now it's parked in the driveway. They wouldn't give me no money for it. They wouldn't give it. They didn't want it as a trade-in. When have you ever went to get a car and they won't take your car as a trade-in? You know it's time to retire that thing. As it was being towed back to the house, the guy said to me, he says, there's a guy here in the neighborhood that does transmissions. He does it for all of our tow trucks. And he says he'll probably fix it for like, $2,700. You should get it and keep it as a second vehicle, or at least fix it and see if you can get rid of it then. So I might do that. But right now it's just sitting there. It'll go into second gear and drive, and I can hear it shifting up, and I can get up to about 35, 40 miles per hour in it. And that's it. It won't go in drive. It won't go in third. That's it. It will go in reverse. Let me tell you something. When that thing broke down, it was like hitting a brick wall because the transmission freezes up, and it's like, I'm driving, it's boom. I was like, what the heck? I thought I got hit from behind. And then no one behind me, and I look, I'm on a little hill, and my car starts rolling backwards, and I'm pressing the gas. And so I thought it was like the drivetrain or something, went out on it. And I kind of zigzag backwards and get off on the side of the road. I have 2 old people that come out and start taking pictures of my license plates and writing down my license plates and stuff. So I go out there, I say, hey Grandma, it's what they do here in Hawaii. So I say, hey Grandma, my car broke down on the phone, trying to get it fixed. Don't worry, you don't need to freak out. I'm on the side of the road. I'm not in your driveway, not in your house, not in your yard, 2 minutes later, she sends her husband out there. Do you think he asked to help me? No, he's out there with his camera. It's paranoia for you, right there. It's funny when someone, comes in front of my house. There was a lady, she was in front. Looks like she had lost something. Well, I knew her name because she had parked in front of my home before. She likes to walk her dog in the neighborhood, and my fence isn't right on the road. I brought it in a little bit, so she's got a parking area. And she said, I lost my keys. I can't. Boom, she finds them. Oh, I'm so glad. She found she had lost her car keys and had someone come and get her and give her her spares. But she wanted to find them because they wanted to charge her $120 to replace her keys. So, had I been that kind of a paranoid person, she never would have found them, I just thought, well, let me go out and help her. What is she looking for, That's how we should be. Anyways, my garden is, it's when you finally get a garden and you've wanted one, you really want to work on it and all this, you keep thinking, how can I do a garden that will be visually pleasing, that has a good fragrance to it, because a lot of flowers don't have any fragrances. Hibiscus, geraniums? A lot of those that I have are just ornamental flowers, no fragrance. And so this lady that broke down in front of my house, she said, your house looks so pretty and so inviting and so friendly. So I like to park here and go walk my dog. And I told her, it's okay, no worries. So that's what you want to do. You want to make your house like visually welcoming or whatever. But now it's like, I'm like, okay, now I need to get busy and get some banana plants. I already had an avocado. I have like 3 or 4 coconut trees. Found the papaya, so there's, 3 different kinds. And then the bananas, and I kept thinking, I always keep some garlic. So I planted some garlic, some ginger. Those come up within days. Garlic, you can see that stuff growing. I mean, you can practically, if you get it from the store, if you get it from the grocery store, just peel off a couple bulbs, put it in water. By next morning, you'll see it shooting up. Those things grow fast. So I got the garlic and the ginger going. I went ahead, I had one rotten tomato, so someone said just throw it in some dirt and see what happens. Sure enough, it started coming up. The tomatoes were coming up, so that was good. And then I had some old potatoes that were starting to, send out some shoots. So I went ahead and just threw those in the garden also. So we'll see where that goes, where that takes us. But that's what I'm working on. And it's weird because my home really has like 2 front yards. I have to show it to you, but it's got, even though my home, let's say, has a driveway out here, that's my address, it's the back. The front of the house is out here, out this door, and this is not my address street. So I've got a gate down here, and I've got a gate here, and a lot of homes are like that. So I want to make both of my entrances kind of welcoming, aesthetically pleasing. I'm only going to be in this home a couple years while my son's in college. Then when I sell it, a landscaped home is really worth its price. If you sell to elderly, I've got a 1-story home, so it's easy to get into. A lot of these homes are 2 stories and they're hard to sell. They have gorgeous verandas, gorgeous lanais circling the home, but elderly can't get up there. And let's face it, Hawaii is like a retirement place. And so, the elderly, they don't want to work on the landscape. They don't have the energy, they don't have the physical stamina to do it. So, and they don't want to waste their time. They're in retirement, they want to relax and do what they want. So if I can get the landscape going in about 2 years and get it ready, that will be a big plus. And yes, it takes years, just to get the grass going here and get rid of all these kind of invasive plants. There was a plant out there, I didn't even know it. I've heard of it before, but I don't recognize it on sight, but I'd heard of it. It's like a toilet paper plant. It's called Hawaii toilet paper. And it's got big leaves and they're kind of soft and fuzzy. And my neighbor that spotted the papaya also spotted I call it the toilet paper plant. I'm gonna have to find its real name, put it down in the description. So we touched it and stuff. He says it's good. It's got this, I can't think what it's called, but anyways, he says it's very safe to use. It's this and that, and it's really soft leaves, toilet paper plant. Who knew, Am I gonna use it? No. No, but it's good to know that it's there. And there's a lot of people, a lot of, I don't know, we call them hippies. We have hippie town. Pahoa's like a hippie town. And they all are out there living in these communal groups, living in hostels and communal areas. I mean, and he said they use this stuff, I said, well, I'll keep some of it as ornamental, but I ain't gonna use it. One of the other things I spent money on that I didn't really want to during all this was I finished my fence. I had the front fence going with the gate, the back fence going with the gate, but I left the sides open. It just wasn't a big deal. If you remember my other video, I told you we were robbed. They didn't break into the house, but they clipped the copper wires outside, stole the propane tanks, yada yada. Filled out a police report. And the first thing he said to me is, get a fence around your property. It's a brand new home. They look to see what they can take. And he said, if you're going to have any outdoor furniture, he said, it's hard to take it off the 2nd story, but these homes that are 1 story, they take all the furniture that's outside. that's on the lanai. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll get it fenced in. Well, my neighbor offered to do the two sides for really just a cheap price. And he's never done it before. And he did it, and he was blessed by it. He got money. They did. There was two of them. Two guys over there did it. They got money for doing it. I got the home completely fenced in. It was a win-win, and just so happy I met them. Good people. But anyways, my video's running on. I didn't mean for it to get too long, but just wanted to kind of update you on what I've been going through, what I've been doing, and to encourage you to, keep a good outlook, and keep your train of thought. If you're like me and you're sitting out there and your car's broken down, and 2 hours I had to wait for the tow truck because Geico messed up and sent the wrong tow company. Geico. It's just one mistake. Anyways, I just want to encourage you. I've been there. I've been through it. Good, bad, ugly. Loss of a sister, 2 years younger than me. Ouch. She's always been sick though, and so I don't know. It's just but encourage you to just stay healthy mentally, emotionally. Do something fun. If you do get to go out and go for a walk, stay safe. I wear my mask. I know it don't help. As a retired nurse, I know it don't do crap, but I wear it, okay? Because it's for others to feel safe around you, and for you, if someone's hacking up a fur ball next to you, you feel like you got a little safety on. So I wear it, and that's not to tell you to do it, but try to get out, make sure you're getting some sun, vitamin D, get your sun. I don't care if you have to lay in front of your patio door to stay warm. Let that sun get on you and soak in. I'm blessed to be in Hawaii. Like I said, it's 81 in the house. It's hot today, but that kills the virus. And so we feel great, we feel blessed. But I just want to encourage you. Things go wrong with everybody. It all sounds so easy. Go call a tow truck. Go get a rental. Got all that money. Where do you think I'm gonna pull it out of my hat? So utilize your church family. Don't be afraid to call them and say, hey, somebody come pick me up and drag me back home, and do what you need to do, get things done. I've been on the phone a lot. I'm comforting my sister, my mom, posting pictures like crazy of my little sister. I guess I had all the pictures in the family, did not know it. So I posted a ton of them to kind of comfort and just go back to some of the memories, It's funny that all the photos are of summertime in Michigan, none of winter photos. I don't know if back then no one took pictures in the winter or what. Anyways, my phone is doing a little vibe over here telling me it's time to go. I hope that helps you. I hope that lifts your spirits and gives you a little insight of what I've been up to. And then next video, I'm going to take you outside and show you my plants. Yay! And maybe take you on my morning walk. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, there's a lot to see out here that I'm finding. If you get up early in the morning, like 7, there's a whole group of people that walk the cliffside. The beaches are still closed, but they walk the cliffside and do their morning walk. I might film that for you. But until then, stay well, stay healthy, and stay blessed. Bye-bye.